to Sam Coll.
I've never had much luck with these things, so forgive me if any spittle gets in the way. Pardon me a second. No, it's all right. It's all right. Can manage. Sorry about this. While I find my place, it remains, it's the least I can do, but I need to thank Anthony Farrell, I need to thank Paul and Susie of the Liquid Press, Dan Caffrey above all, Tom Morris, no words are sufficient, Gavin Corbett for that brilliant introduction, and all of you for coming to this, and Niall McCormack for the wonderful cover. Oh, and don't worry, I'm not actually about to burst into tears, my voice just has a natural quaver to it. It makes everything sound doubly emotional. Right.
Do you need some light?
I figured because it's nearly Halloween, I'd read one of the would-be cheesy horror sections, God knows. Gavin has filled your heads with a lot of high-sounding words, which I'm afraid can only be followed by anticlimax, but we'll see how we go. Oh, and we're also going to jump right in. I'm going to give no context whatsoever, because context is boring. Then a noise, emitted from near afar, ruptured the quiet and upset the stream of his brooding. His ears pricked up, he raptly listened and heard. It came from nearby where he stood, wafted by the wind, welling up from under the ground upon which he was shaking. A noise he gleaned to be the sound of a hound, the low growling of a buried dog, a growl that was a call to summons, a command that could not bear disobeying, that bade him approach, to root and seek it out, to set it free from its prison in the clay. A ream of roomy film fell over his eyes that grew to be glazed and blank, as his hands fell slack to his sides, dropping his stick as he abruptly left his place by the tombstone and sleepwalked stumbling through shadows in a murky realm unknowing, in search of source of the sound, that grovelling growling that he could not resist, passing sunken lives, stepping on snapping twigs in the twilight, faint light of the sky's emerging stars glimmering through chinks in the trees, to patchily illumine his unwitting way, as he followed the path of the growling, until he found its ultimate subterranean source, in the odd graveyard's darkest corner, over which hung the pining arms of a willow tree, divided down all the middle of its length, jaggedly split by a flash of lightning from the past, the fragmented trunk, its pockmarked bark, gnarled and knotty, haggardly bent in supplication, its bowing beaten shape echoing that of a keening crone in mourning, the weeping willow a wailing widow, beside of which was laid a big black boulder, about as tall as was he, from under which the low growling was issuing. He could not afterwards with any precision explain just how he found the requisite strength to shift the enormous stone from where it sat, to disclose what it hid, but shift it he did, somehow, for all his arms were weedy and his age was weak. And the shifted boulder was revealed to have hidden a very deep and very narrow hole in the ground, over which he bent and knelt on tiring, groaning knees, to gaze into that gaping pit of absolute blackness, greeted by the growling of the beast submerged in earth, whose growling grew in volume as he squinted into that looming recess, as deeply dark as the mouth of a wolf or that of a giant dog. And he sensed excitement in the rising growling, erupting into raucous howling, and the patter of monstrous paws that dug into the pit's walls, as upwards the eager canine came clambering, with champing, frothing jaws, overjoyed to have caught again the scent of nocturnal air wafting sweetly down. And he keenly heard the violent hunger inherent in that ravaged howl, as the starving beast came sturging upwards, to greet and eat the man who set him free, to gorge on the lean meat set on his skeletal frame, to feed on the flesh of he who doubly froze, rooted to the spot by the hole where he knelt and gawked, numbly clapping his palms, mumbling inanely with the ghost of a grin. Good doggy, nice doggy, lovely doggy, come on now me boy, oh me beauty, time for walkies and munchies, time for dinner and dessert.
Thank you, Sam, and thank you to Daniel and to Gavin, especially for honouring the book. And I hope you will all honour the book by purchasing it and having it signed. And have a great evening. Thank you.
Yeah.